equation for hydrogen atom. Before going to discuss about the Schrodinger wave equation for hydrogen atom, we should know what is atomic orbital. Atomic orbital is nothing but a single electron wave function. Atomic orbital is nothing but single electron wave function. Psi of single electron wave function equal to psi of NLMS. Okay, these are the solutions for our Schrodinger wave equation for those quantum numbers. Okay, and principal quantum number, L azimuthal quantum number, M magnetic quantum number, S spin quantum number. So let us assume the mass of the electron, that is blue color particle, is M, and the distance between the nucleus to the electron R, and the charge of the proton is Ze, and the charge of the electron is E. Now if you apply the Coulomb's law here, and if you get the potential energy is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Ze square by R. Okay, this is what potential energy. Okay, this is the potential energy, and we know well already the Schrodinger wave equation, H cap psi equal to E psi. E is energy and H cap is an Hamiltonian operator. This Hamiltonian operator is minus h square by 8 pi square m into dou square by dou x square plus dou square by dou y square plus dou square by dou z square plus v. V is potential energy. And the simple representation of the Schrodinger wave equation for three-dimensional box, that is delta square psi plus 8 pi square m by h square into E minus V into psi equal to 0. Here del is an operator, delta square is an operator. The entire dou square psi by dou x square plus dou square psi by dou y square plus dou square psi by dou z square, we can write it as a del square psi. Okay. Even we can replace potential energy V with Ze square by 4 pi epsilon into R. Okay. This is the Schrodinger wave equation for three-dimensional box, and this equation has a solution, that is energy solution it has, and wave function solution it has. So, in Schrodinger wave equation, that is in three-dimensional box, wave function may be expressed in either normal coordinates or spherical coordinates. So why we are going for spherical polar coordinates? We are having a limitation in normal coordinates, that is XYZ coordinates. If you want to, it will be difficult to express in normal coordinates, that is in three-dimensional Schrodinger wave equation. If you want to, we need spherical coordinates. Okay, spherical polar coordinates. Let us see what is the normal coordinate system, which is having XYZ, that is normal coordinate system, and spherical coordinates will be having sine and cosine functions. If we are converting this normal coordinates XYZ into spherical polar coordinates, Z is equal to R cos theta, X is equal to R sin theta cos phi, and Y is equal to R sin theta sin phi. We have transformed, we have converted these XYZ into these spherical polar coordinates. How we got these spherical polar coordinates? Let us take electron is at P, electron is there at P, okay? Electron is there at P. The distance between the origin and P is R, small r, and the angle between the z-axis and this OP is theta, and this green color parts, that is PQ and OA are equivalent, that is Z is equal to R cos theta. Now PQ will be R cos theta. How we got this R cos theta? So since this angle is theta, and if you apply cos theta equal to adjacent side by diagonal, okay, so based on this formula we can get Z is equal to R cos theta. So now R cos theta will be, even PQ will be R cos theta, okay, OA will be R cos theta. Similarly, we are having two more variables, that is one more variable, that is phi. The angle between this XZ plane and OQ line, that is phi, okay. Similarly, we can get Y. So we will be getting this R sin theta. How we are getting this R sin theta? OQ. This OP is R. So based on this R cos theta and this OQ we can get, okay, OQ will be R sin theta. So based on this R sin theta, R and R cos theta, we can obtain X is equal to R sin theta cos phi and Y is equal to R sin theta sin. See that we have converted normal coordinates system to spherical polar coordinates, that is Z is equal to R cos theta, Y is equal to R sin theta cos phi, and Y is equal to R sin theta sin phi. Okay. So now if you substitute this polar coordinates into our Schrodinger wave equation, and if you derive the Schrodinger wave equation for three-dimensional box, what we get? H cap R comma theta comma phi into psi of R comma theta comma phi equal to E into psi of R comma theta comma phi. Okay, this is the Schrodinger wave equation for hydrogen atom. Now for three-dimensional equation, we are applying it for hydrogen atom. Hydrogen atom has one electron and one proton, which is in nucleus. The distance between this electron and nucleus is R. So based on that and based on this diagram, just what we have converted our XYZ coordinates to polar coordinates. Okay, we got the solutions, or we have transformed, or we have converted this XYZ into sine and cosine functions. Okay. So now Schrodinger wave equation for hydrogen atom is this. So now what is this H cap? Okay, H cap is this, that is H cap of R theta and phi equal to the lengthiest thing. Just you see, for single or one-dimensional box, it is very, very simple. Instead of this term, we are writing dou square psi by dou x square. Okay, h square by 8 pi square m. For one-dimensional, dou square psi by dou x square. Okay, and minus a potential energy. This entire term will tell us the kinetic energy, and this term is a potential energy. Now let us see. We are replacing dou square psi by dou x square with this term, and dou square psi by dou y square with this term, dou square psi by dou z square with this term. See that we have converted the things, and we are replacing dou square psi by dou x square with the term, and dou square psi by dou y square with this, and similarly dou square psi by dou z square with the last term. And we are substituting this H cap value into our Schrodinger wave equation. Okay, we are substituting our H cap value into this equation. Okay. We are going to substitute, but prior to that, we should know what are the letters we used in this Schrodinger wave equation for hydrogen atom. Let us the negative charge, which is electron, which is having a mass m, and the distance between the nucleus and the electron is r. Based on the moment of inertia, I is equal to mr square. So we are deriving an equation for this, and the mass of the proton and nucleus to electron, there will be a large difference, around 2000 times lower. Electron is having a lower mass than nucleus, and the potential energy is 1 by 4 pi epsilon into Ze square by r. Here Ze is a charge on nucleus and E is a charge on electron. Okay, r is the distance between electron and the nucleus, and the kinetic energy of the electron is of mv square. Okay, v is the velocity of an electron. Okay, and I is equal to mu r square. What is the mu r square? Mu is the reduced mass. Mu is equal to m1 m2 by m1 plus m2 into r square. R is the distance between the electron and the nucleus, and m1 and m2 are the masses of electron and the nucleus. Okay, and we are writing the Schrodinger wave equation for hydrogen atom. That is, we are substituting our H cap value into the Schrodinger wave equation, and we are getting this. Okay. Generally, we are writing this H cap in horizontally, but for representation, it will be easy. That's what I have written this H cap value in vertically. Okay, so you can write it in horizontally also. It is not a problem. H square by 8 pi square m into 1 by r square into dou by dou r into r square by dou r plus 1 by r square sine theta into dou by dou theta into sine theta of dou by dou theta plus 1 by r square sine square theta into dou square by dou phi square. Okay, minus Ze square by 4 pi epsilon naught into r into psi of r comma theta comma phi equal to E into psi of r comma theta comma phi. Okay, this is the Schrodinger wave equation for hydrogen atom. Similar to the Schrodinger wave equation for one-dimensional box, we are having an energy solution for this equation. Similarly, we are having a solution for the wave function, that is psi of r comma theta comma phi. It is having a solution. Let us see these solutions first. Okay, so even we can compare our three-dimensional Schrodinger wave equation with our spherical coordinates. We are replacing this dou square psi by dou x square with the term and dou square psi by dou y square, and similarly dou square psi by dou z square. Okay. And the solutions for the Schrodinger wave equation for hydrogen atom. Let us psi of r comma theta comma phi as a solution, that is r into small r y of theta comma phi. Okay, we know well psi of x y z, we can write it as psi of x into psi of y into psi of z. In similar format, we have written now psi of r comma theta comma phi equal to capital R into small of small r and y of theta comma phi. Okay, here capital R into small r is an radial wave function, and y of theta comma phi is an angular wave function. Okay, the Schrodinger wave equation for hydrogen atom, that is the solution for the wave function, has two wave functions. One is radial wave function and another one is angular wave function. And if you derive the solution for energy, even En equal to minus Ke square by 2A naught into Z by N square. Okay, here A naught is Bohr's radius, and E charge, and Z atomic number, and principal quantum number. See what is the radial and angular wave function. Let us see. We have seen the solution for energy. Okay, we no need to derive the energy solution at this point. So now we are writing the radial wave function and angular wave function. Okay, R of R is radial wave function and Y of theta comma phi is an angular wave function. Similar to psi of x, y, z, we can write it as psi of x, psi of y, psi of z. Similar format we have written. Psi of R is an radial wave function and y of theta comma phi is an angular wave function. Okay. Here theta value will be from 0 to phi, that is 180 degrees, and phi value will be 0 to 2 phi. And R is an internuclear distance, that is from nucleus to electron, the distance. Let us see what is this R by R of R and Y of this. See this 1s to 2s, 2s to 3s, 3s to 4s. If you are going, radial function, radial wave function is deciding this. Okay, 1s orbital, 2s orbital, 3s, 4s, all are spherical. Okay, and the angular wave function is a constant for this s orbital. That is the reason s orbital is a spherical in nature. Okay, s orbital is a spherical. Okay, angular wave function is a constant in this case, and only radial wave function, that is n is equal to 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, like that it will be. Okay, even the nodes, total nodes for the 1s orbital will be 0, 2s orbital will have 1 radial, and 2s to 3s 1, and similarly 4s to 3s 1. Okay. And the angular wave function and radial wave function of p orbital. See, 2p to 3t you are having, 2p to 3p you are having a radial wave function. Okay, and 3p to 4p you are having a radial wave function, that is a radial node. And the angular node, you see that the angular node will be depending on this part, that is y of theta comma phi, and radial node will be depending on R of R, internuclear distance, that is first orbit, second orbit, 2, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Okay, see now the major difference between the radial and angular wave functions is the radial wave function will be depending on a principal quantum number. Angular wave function will be depending on shape of the orbital and orientation of the orbital. Okay, this is the major difference between angular wave function and the radial wave function. Okay, similarly even for d orbital, we are having 2 angular nodes or 2 angular planes. Similarly for f orbital you will be having 3 angular nodes. Okay, and this 3d to 4d you are having a space, that is a node. 4d to 5d you are having a space. This is a radial node. This is decided by radial wave function, and this black color planes or angular nodes or angular wave function is deciding this too. Okay. Complete solution for this psi of r comma theta comma phi equal to r of r and y of theta comma phi. So now let us see what is the solution for this capital R of R. Okay, capital R of R is depending on principal quantum number and azimuthal quantum number, that is a0 into e power minus r by a0 into m. N is principal quantum number, a0 is an Bohr's radius. Okay, and here L is an Laguerre polynomial. Okay, and 1s orbital, see all L value 0, M value 0, we can write psi of 1s equal to psi of 1 comma 0 comma 0 comma plus or minus 4. Okay, this is the representation of 1s atomic orbital. Even 2s atomic orbital you can write, And similarly, 3s atomic orbital, 4s atomic orbital you can write. And if you come to the radial function of s comma p orbitals, you see that n is equal to 1, n is equal to 2, L is 0 in both the case. Here, this 2 into e power minus r and e power minus r by 2. Okay, both the things only deciding our radial wave function. That is, majorly the principal quantum number is deciding. N is equal to 1, n is equal to 2. A radial wave function will be decided by the principal quantum number. Okay, and the angular wave function. Okay, and even we can call it as a spherical harmonics. Okay, angular wave function, again we can write it and combination of this f and g. Okay, the solution for y of theta comma phi equal to f of L and M. What is this L? Azimuthal quantum number, and M is magnetic quantum number. We are introducing this two quantum numbers at this point, and G of M. M is a magnetic quantum number, that is phi. Here phi value will be from 0 to 2 phi, and theta value will be from 0 to phi, 0 to 180 degrees. And the G value will be from 0 to 2 phi. Okay, 360 degrees centigrade. And the solution for this f L M of theta equal to this, and here L is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. If L is equal to 0, s orbital. If L is equal to 1, p orbital. If L is equal to 2, d orbital. If L is equal to 3, f orbital. This is why we are giving these names S, P, D, F. We are having even in periodic table S group, P group, D group, and F group. Then and what is F here? Associated Lysander function. And see here, F orbital and D orbital, let us see. Here, M value is 0, cos is deciding. If M is equal to 1, that is L is equal to 1 means p orbital. Here 0, 0. F of L and M. L is equal to 0 and M is equal to 0. That is a 1. And L is equal to 1 and M is equal to 1. That is p orbital. And L is equal to 2 means d orbital and dz square. This is dz square orbital. And visual representation of the dz square is this. And this is a p orbital. You see, only cos theta is deciding the shape of a p orbital. Let us. Angular wave function, that is one more g of phi equal to e power I m of phi, and m values are 0, plus or minus 1, and plus or minus 2, and here phi will be up to 2 phi. Then if you substitute that, you are getting this equation, and a similar equation we have seen it in our Schrodinger wave equation in one-dimensional box also. Cos kx plus I sin kx. I hope you might have remembered. Similarly, just you see, for each quantum number, the same thing. Just here also we are substituting phi value as a 2 phi m, and we are defining m is a magnetic quantum. Okay. And angular wave function for the p orbitals. Let us see px orbital. Angular wave function is deciding the shape of the orbital and the how it is. Just you see here, the sin theta and cos phi is deciding px or py orbital. This is py orbital and this is px orbital. A magnetic quantum number of these orbitals will be either +1 or -1. And if you come to the pz orbital, see that this is the angular wave function or angular part. The cos theta is deciding. Okay, pz orbital, cos theta is deciding. Okay, this is the angular wave part of the p orbitals. Okay, and the complete radial and angular part and total wave function, that is r of r. This is r of r, and this is y of theta comma phi. And if you're multiplying this both, you will get complete wave function in the form of psi of NLM. Okay, anyway, yes, we are not writing here. This is the complete wave function of a 1s orbital, 2s orbital, and 2p orbital. See here, 2p orbital complete wave function. By seeing the cos term, you can tell this is pz orbital. That is 2pz orbital. Remaining sin theta and cos phi, sin theta and sin phi. See that this is 2px and 2p. Okay. And let us write a simple radial wave function and angular wave function of 1s atomic orbital. This is the radial wave part and this is the angular wave part. As I told you, s orbital is spherical. Why it is? See, the angular wave part is a constant and the radial wave function is changing. That is, this is only deciding the 1s, 2s, 3s and spherical shape of it. It is changing with principal quantum number. Okay, it is changing with principal quantum number. Let us see the shape of orbitals. For s orbital, why it is spherical? Just now we have. Okay, the angular part will be a constant and radial part will be changing. That is the reason it is a spherical thing. And for 2p orbital, how we can write psi of 2, 1, minus 1. See that the possible for each orbital we have written the wave function, complete solution for these 3 orbitals. Plus 1, minus 1. This is a 2pz orbital. This is a m value 0. That means this corresponds to this orbital and this corresponds to this and this corresponds to this. Okay, for 3p orbitals we have written complete wave function solution. Okay, with respect to n, l, m and s. Okay, let us see why p orbital is having a dumbbell shape. See, angular part will decide the shape of p orbital. Angular wave function for p orbital, angular wave function is there, and moreover L value if greater than 0, if it is higher than more than 0, what will happen? You see that it is a wave function form for p orbital, it is a psi square function of form for p orbital. So why p orbital is having the dumbbell shape means this is the reason. Angular wave function is only deciding the thing. Okay, if you see visually the p orbitals, so which I have taken these images from this site, that is chemtube3d.com. Okay, if you want, you can visit this site and you can see. Yes, you see that px orbital through x, electron density is maximum. Y and z, there won't be electron density. And for py, through y-axis, electron density is maximum. Along the axis, electron density is maximum. For z, pz orbital, through z, electron density is maximum. That's what the magnetic quantum number of pz is 0 and magnetic quantum number of px and y plus or minus 1. Okay. And for d orbital, see that wave function for the d orbital is this, and red color, so we have indicated with this red color lobe, and blue color with blue color lobe. And visually, if you want to see d orbitals, these are the d orbitals. See, again d orbitals are having two sets. One is triply degenerate and doubly degenerate. What is meant by this degenerate? Degeneracy means they are having same energy. These 3 orbitals of d orbital, will have same energy. That is the reason we are indicating these three orbitals with T2G. What are those orbitals? dxy, dyz, and dxz. These are triply degenerate. All three orbitals are having same energy. That is the reason why we call it as degenerate orbitals. D orbital has totally 5 orbitals. Within these 5 orbitals, these 3 orbitals are triply degenerate, equal energy, and these are doubly degenerate. That is, these orbitals are different. These orbitals electron density is there along the axis. That means through x-axis and through y-axis. This dx square and dy square is having along the axis electron density. This dz square through z-axis, it has higher electron density. But in previous case, see that in previous case, in between the axis, that means dxz means the electron density is of this d orbital is maximum in between axes, in between axes, in between axes. Okay, that is the reason d orbitals will split. Even in coordination chemistry, I hope you might have this basic knowledge on coordination chemistry, and why d orbitals will be splitting in two sets, T2Z and EZ, in presence of magnetic field or electric field. See that now our Schrodinger wave equation or Schrodinger wave equation is giving a solution for splitting of orbitals. See that these are degenerate orbitals. Okay, and even for 4f orbital, it has 7 orbitals. Yes, all the 7 orbitals were shown here. In this f orbital also, we are having triply degenerate one set and one more triply degenerate one set and one set, that is this middle one. Okay, totally 7 orbitals. Okay, this is about shapes of orbitals. Okay, shapes of orbitals. Okay, even we can see the shapes of orbitals through this site if you want. Okay. Thank you for your patience.